Hello. In this session, we are going to discuss how to get temperature summary report. So this report is very much helpful in the case if you want to view the history records of the temperature onto the cargo, and that information will be available. So as this report contains three different layers, that is temperature summary report, temperature daily summary, and the temperature details report. So each and every report have a different categorized information. That is, summary records will give the information of a summarized temperature for that particular selected date and time. Accordingly, the daily summary of the temperature report will give the day-wise report on that particular for the temperature. And accordingly, in the temperature detail report, you will find the time-wise temperature onto that particular cargo. So let's try to understand this report, which is available into report, in temperature, and into temperature summary. So currently we are onto the temperature summary screen, where you will find the information like which object has been connected onto the which port. So here onto the port sensor, you will find the information that is into the setting in general and object screen. In the sensor tab, you will find the connections of the sensor port, where based on the sensor connection, the information that are available, that is port connection, will be reflected. Accordingly, what was the distance that has been traveled for a selected date and a time period. Accordingly, at what particular location that the temperature was started, and accordingly what was the average temperature for that specified date and time, that information will be reflected. In the case what was the minimum temperature that was been reached, at that information will be reflected with the maximum temperature as well. Accordingly, what was the end location, that information will be reflected. Now in the case if you want to view the chart, then based on when you click on the chart, the chart will get open, in which you will get the information for what particular sequence information in the serial number. Accordingly, at what time, what was the temperature that was available of that into that particular cargo, and accordingly whether the ignition was on or off, that information with that location will reflected onto the chart. And accordingly, based on this chart, you will find the information that is at what particular date and a time the temperature was available. So here you can see the when you hover the mouse onto the particular chart, you will find the information with the date and a time information of its temperature. Accordingly, in the case if you want to zoom out, then you can just select the particular mouse and drag it to the selected option. So when you drag your mouse, that particular temperature chart will get zoomed in. Accordingly, in the case if you want to view the ignition on at a particular moment, then that ignition can be checkmarked, and also the speed information. So when you checkmark these options, you will find what was the speed that was being driven by that particular vehicle. Also, you can download the graph as well in the graph format and the report as well. So this is the graph information. So now when based on the summary record, when you double click this record, the detailed information will get appeared. So here you can find the information like based on the day wise temperature daily summary. You will find that for which particular company and a branch that particular object is, accordingly on what particular port that sensor has been connected for temperature, accordingly what was the from date time and a to date time that will be appeared. And based on the summary, daily summary record, you will find the day-wise information like on what particular date, what was the distance that was traveled, and at what start locations the particular temperature was considered, and what was the average temperature for that particular date. That information will be reflected with its minimum and a maximum parameters of the temperature, and what was the end location parameters. So this is the information so will be available based on a day onto the temperature daily summary report. Now in the case if you want to view the detailed information based on the timing, then that is available onto the detailed report. So when you double click this record, the detailed report will get appeared, that is temperature detailed report. So here as well you will find the information that is in which company and a branch, which object is available at on what particular temperature port the sensor are connected, from what date and a time you have selected filters for that particular date. So likewise in this report you will find the detailed information that is on what particular date and a time for each and every parameter where the device have sent the data. Accordingly, at what was the temperature that the device was sending the value for the temperature. Accordingly, the AC status, whether AC was on or off, with its ignition on off status will get appeared. And based on that, whether there was particular vehicle was been in a driving state, then in that case you will find the speed information as well. and also you can get the locations of the particular temperature point. So in the case if you want to view that information onto the map, then you can just click onto the map. So you will find the point of that address location. That is based on the point location, you can add the addresses as well as geofence as well onto that point. So this is the information that are available onto the temperature summary report and available in the system. Thank you.